Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, plays Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, the game where I will never lose again. It's a boo! Okay, we're gonna be the Lost today. H2GQ S6BQ. I am a fool and a moron. And that's what makes you watch, I think. Most of the time, we would be eating right now. Instead, no thanks, I just had breakfast. But seriously, I'm a little concerned that we may well die. Why'd you have to put Eden right next to the freaking Lost, my dude, or vice versa? It's a foolish and foolhardy endeavor, but you know what? We've made this mistake before, and if we have to make this mistake now, so that we never make it again, even though that completely flies in the face of us having made it before and thus truly having never learned our lesson, so be it! How do you win a run as the Lost? Well, the same way you solve a problem as Maria. I must admit I've never seen The Sound of Music, but I assume that she just doesn't get hit more than twice on one room? Is that the case? Dude, Crack the Sky, underappreciated classic. The actual way we win a run like this is get a respawn item, preferably 9 lives, preferably from our first deal with the devil. I've made a mistake. I would like to have Cracked the Sky for the boss, please. We will be able to get there, assuming we don't die on whatever room we walk into next, and it also has enemies on it. Or we could just do this, which also works fine. In my world, the Widow, not particularly difficult. DPS, please. Hey, that is DPS. Alright. It's not the kiss of death to be the Lost anymore. It's mostly just a fun and fairly well-balanced time. However, it's certainly more dangerous than being Eden. You know, if you had a 25 win in a row streak as the Lost, that's highly impressive. 25 win in a row streak as Eden, you ask people on the internet, oh, that's average. That's just an average win streak. Yeah, okay. Maybe for the Sobalt Creeks of the world. But for the Northernlions, we're approaching like second best ever kinds of levels. What do we got? No Ragman. Pin. No big deal. I'm gonna fight Pin normally because I have a big brain. And I know that if we fight Pin normally, we'll have Crack the Sky available for the Devil Room, which could be Krampus. Was not Krampus, but could have been Krampus. Contract from Below is not what we immediately need, and as a result, I'm offended. That's okay. I can get over that. We just need... You know what would have been amazing? Like, Contract from Below will give us more consumables. That's not super relevant as the Lost, but to get Goathead from that deal with the devil would have also been amazing. But, you know, we're just going to have to tough it out. Our stats are actually not that bad. You know, rate of fire is good. Damage is fine. Please let me go to the item room. Because you never know when the item room is going to contain, you know, what you need to make this happen. This could be the first step of Spun by getting the virus, but it's actually a pill and 2 keys. So before we, you know, you really need to do your due diligence on these runs when things are a little spotty. So we're going to come down here, go to the item room, we get the rosary. The rosary is not worth even holding, because it's just going to make the Bible more likely to show up. We're going to peep this room. Obviously, there's risk associated with it, but there's also reward. Ace of Hearts and a Strength card. Neither one of which is really relevant. I'm gonna take the pill. I do not regret it. Last things we would do here. To find a second secret room would be nice, or even this could be our secret room. We have 8 bombs. We should take a little bit of a look. The secret room's a bit of a weird spot here. As is the second secret room, actually. Like, I think it could be here. Second secret room could be here. Okay. Start like that. It's another hematemesis, which we should just use. Infested. Nothing wrong with it. probably might want to be a little bit more careful taking these pills, but who dares wins, right? Ooh, okay, I did not expect to start my workday with a shot of adrenaline like accidentally picking the Lost. Let's take HP for no real reason and head down to the next floor. We're actually looking just fine right now, but that can change real quickly. Please don't be a foul portent. I have to be quiet here. Because I'm afraid, okay? It's the darn truth. I already took a little bit of damage on this room, so... Luckily, you know, the Lost always has that ability to fly. Looking a little smarter. Lucky us. Okay, I think you should leave and re-enter the room. We would really, really like to see a damage upgrade on this floor. The respawn, of course, is like endgame. If we could get that, I'd be super pleased. But, and the Guppy, this first step of the Guppy transformation is nice and helpful. Let's try our Emperor card out real quick. I'm actually not totally convinced that Crack the Sky is worth giving up here. Like, it's so good against bosses. Guppy's Head is probably a better item than Crack the Sky, but Crack the Sky's damage is actually, like, really good. This is not a champion Gertie, so I'm, like, losing my mind that all he's doing is summoning enemies, making my life substantially harder than it needs to be for effectively no reason. And this is a great indication that this run requires some more damage as soon as possible, please. Particularly to beat the odds, get a 33% deal with the devil, 4 items, 2 Guppy items, Brimstone, and Mom's Knife. Seems about reasonable. That's about proportional to what I need right now, and also proportional to what I deserve. This is a meritocracy. It's not a cheerocracy, it's a meritatorship. Only the best potatoes rise to the top. Like Ida. Okay. We got a range upgrade. Unlikely to prove that useful. Especially when we already have Tapeworm, but hey, we're still alive and still trucking here. We got a key. That key most likely to be used on a shop right now. But possibly most likely to be used on whatever we find first. It's not worth getting bent out of shape just yet. You know, assuming we live... Ooh, that was scary. Assuming we live to the next floor, we have a 67% chance of a deal with the devil. These enemies are the worst, man. Any enemy that has like a... please? Thank you. Any enemy that has diagonal shots freaks me out. But thank God for Spectral Tears right now. An item that most of the time doesn't have nearly the same kind of benefit we're getting right now. So, I'm a very, very happy man. We will take Mom's Purse. And that's it for now. Oh my God, it's a second Guppy item. We can hold a second trinket, but we do not need one yet. So you probably don't need me to tell you that this is among the luckiest I've ever gotten, at least recently, with red chests. 2 Guppy items and 2 red chests is a pretty good value. None of them are 9 lives, but still. Just a little adrenaline injection here. Hey. So we can't actually get a Guppy item out of a golden chest, but we, more than just being mad that we can't open the golden chest because it has no relation to Guppy. Wait, my point doesn't make sense. Either way, we need a key. We need many keys. And our shop did not contain any. I really don't want to leave the floor. without going to our item room. Although, actually, this is one of the rare situations where our next floor might actually be easier than this one. Like, it might look like this floor has been a little shaky, and I wouldn't disagree with you. Especially these guys right here have been very annoying. Thank you so much. But, actually, like, considering how difficult the flooded caves are compared to the average caves floor, I don't think we've done that badly. Use a bomb. It's not like we're looking for tinted rocks, really. Technology 2 is just not good enough. The pause button with orbitals is good enough, but... Okay, so before and I'm probably going to reroll that again, but before I do, let's just open one of these. We get a speed upgrade that's actually really useful. Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, maybe we could pick it up and get... I don't think it contributes to Bookworm, but I'm not confident enough to be sure. Did we get the best item out of these? I don't know. But I'm not perturbed to a large degree. Headless Baby is okay. Botched it. Okay. So we're really... I mean, to be fair, Contract from Below stands a real good chance to give us consumables, including keys. Whenever we get key drops, we're going to get 2. Whenever we get a chest, you know, there's a double the opportunity. Not double the chance necessarily, but double the opportunity. Oh, that was scary. For us to get keys out of them. But for now, we're kind of still a little stuck. Can't even do that room. I'm going to do the last room on this floor. I think mentally to leave this floor with close to 100% completion seems intelligent. Although now that I'm on this room, I very much disagree with my earlier assessment of events and wish I had not come this way. Oh, dude, that was a great shot. Just snuck it by him. Headless Baby doing work. Very appreciative of this. I'm begging you, because, you know, this kind of run, it cannot sustain itself forever on the back of our existing DPS. I'm begging you for a damage improvement. Please. The rate of fire from floor 1 notwithstanding. Just hook me up a little bit. I don't think it's worth buying the battery, but the one thing I will say is that it might be worth buying the battery. Because we might not be rolling Guppy's head forever. But for now, I'm not overly concerned. This floor almost feels like it's like the final boss, to be honest. Not that if we beat this floor we win, but it seems like a very reasonable floor to die on. Not smart on my part. And I don't want to use that as an excuse to enable my own death. Rather, if we don't get a deal with the devil here, I think we start to worry about the future prospects. This is like our last floor that I would consider basically free. Not to say it's easy, because we've been through the grinder on these already, but, you know. If we don't make unimprovement in our run, things are going to get real tough. We're going to start to hit that Corey principle. I do want to do that room, but I'd like to... Well, truth be told, I guess I don't really know what I'm waiting for. I just think those rooms could be kind of tricky. Get a card of some sort. It's a boss trap. Ah, dude, I gotta wait. I gotta wait until I get a teleport card or something. Because if we get a champion or even just a regular Mega Fatty combined with a Mega Maw, I think I'm very scared about what that entails for us. But I'm very happy to have this many keys. I know there's a red chest in there that could complete the Guppy dream for us. Shop has the real potential to be good, but I got a sneaking suspicion that we're probably going to end up fighting greed on this one. Just feels like a particularly greedy run. Now, what do we have, like, usually by this point in a run, you've kind of pegged one advantage. Gives you a leg up on the competition. We have one, and we've been using it. Spectral Tears plus range has given us, like, a lot of utility. Hate this room. Absolutely despise this room. So we're just gonna hang tight. Remember, I'm very worried about Blue Boy because when he explodes, he's gonna spread. And yep, we did get hit, but not a big problem just yet. Okay, you're dead. You're also dead. Leave and reset. Ooh, okay, another completely needless range upgrade. I can't believe we've gotten so much money on this run, and our luck is still 0. Very unlikely to be a deal breaker, but, you know, the kind of thing that can help out, given the opportunity. Okay, so we got our first real entry into, like, the will this run save us category now. If you'll give me a moment. Okay. Not gonna save us. Should be a shop right up there. Dude, you never realize, like, until I've played as Eden for like 2 months straight, you never realize how many advantages the Lost actually has. Not having to worry about those red turrets on the wall, so nice. Oh my god. We have received a teleport card. So this is like a lifeline. This is a get out of jail free card. This is diplomatic immunity. This is your dad owning an oil company so you can't be thrown in real jail. This is a huge improvement for us. Now we open these, but we only use... Oh my god, we're Guppy. We only use them if we need to escape. I don't want to open that, as, you know, we already got what we needed. Oh, Lord. Okay, so for all the complaining I've done, I do want to point out this is among the clutchest Guppies I've ever seen in my entire Isaac playing life. It's just insanely lucky. I mean, I hate to use the same kind of expression twice in a row, but really, you would never, ever bank on this kind of luck. Okay, now that's just, like, rubbing it in at this point. I think this might be a second secret room. Which, you know, we don't really want an eternal heart or anything, but we might as well peep. I kinda... No. We should take Liberty Cap. We don't need Tapeworm, actually. I think this is the correct combination. So we've gotten every Guppy item in the game, to the best of my knowledge now. Now we have 9 lives. I will say, it's a great run. Unbelievably lucky that Guppy showed up so quickly and essentially for free, except for that final deal with the devil. I mean, we did get 3 Guppy items just through chests. As long as we get keys, we're opening these. As long as we get keys, we're opening these. Now we don't want to get a deal with the devil, which is plausible, and then we'll have a 100% chance on the next floor. But we still would very much love to see some damage improvements. Don't get me wrong, you can win a lost run with Guppy alone and a slightly improved rate of fire, but just a little bit of extra juice.
The Hierophant.
That's horrible. Alright. Down to the next floor. We're not going to make boss rush, so take that idea out of your head. We might make boss rush. Put that idea back into your head. And that's important for us, because again, every item is still precious for us in this situation. I can actually breathe deeply. Dude, I'm proud of myself, to be honest with you. Don't start throwing lives away for no reason. You know, you know what? I could have used the Hermit card to save a life there, but I kind of took stock of the situation, and it seems relatively okay. Yeah, we made it out. Black market, please? Black market, please? Not a black market. In fact, it's the petrified poop. See, that's why crawl spaces miss me with that. I can't believe we still have 3.5 damage. Our DPS, if you ignore flies, which is a little short-sighted, but our DPS is actually worse than it was on the first floor. Because our tiers upgrade has been erased. And our damage stat is default. Now, as soon as we get above that, markedly above that especially, I'm going to stop my complaining. But for now, I still think, even with Guppy, it's an above-average run. But it's not as set in stone of a victory as it appears that it should be. But what does should be mean? You know, the idea that there's an intent on a run like this? There's an intent from me. I've placed my own intent on the run, which is I want to win. What happened to you, my friend? It's gonna be a long floor. I should stop using the bombs, probably. Might want to go to a secret room or something instead. You know, we should give up on the idea of boss rush right now. Unless we find the fight very, very quickly, there's no chance. I mean, we gotta kill Mom and another boss in under 50 seconds. We no longer need Guppy's head, so I actually think Shoop the Whoop is a much better item. I don't think the piggy bank matters at all. Hermit is fine to get another teleport card, honestly. I was hoping to get something that allowed us to use Shoop the Whoop more than once every 2 rooms. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Obviously, it didn't. But, you know, like in theory, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still think, because of the amount of flies that we generate off of a Shoop the Whoop, I'm content to try to make it happen. Instead of using Guppy's head. And if our damage scales, it's kind of like a win-win, right? If our damage scales, then Shoop the Whoop scales with it. If our damage doesn't scale, then Shoop the Whoop is kind of a necessary damage dealer. Hey, careful with that. But we got a long way to go, apparently. Also, very welcome form of piercing shots. You can't be killed yet. I don't really want to use a Shoop the Whoop charge on you, but I shouldn't have picked up the battery. These are things that are very, very unlikely to be relevant, but... You know, if they're unlikely to be relevant, you still might as well do them the right way. You know, just to get in the habit. Full health. That's like our 8th Hematemesis card. I see a dice room, by the way. This is the one, I invoke the Fifth Amendment on this one. That's the American constitutional right to not be forced to incriminate yourself in testimony. I always thought that one was weird. Let me give you a little, and admittedly, I'm not a lawyer, particularly in the United States of America, so I can't tell you if this is the case. But let me know if this seems paradoxical to you. You cannot lie under oath. So, at least that's the idea, without perjuring yourself, i.e. lying in the eyes of the court, which is a crime in and of itself. So, if someone asks you, like, hey, did you commit this crime? You have to answer yes. Or, the other alternative is, you can choose not to incriminate yourself by pleading the Fifth Amendment. But, the Fifth Amendment, just by using it, doesn't it... And by the way, I'm not arguing, like, should it? Because I understand where they're going with this, I think, from, like, a high-minded ideal standpoint. Is that, you know, you are innocent until proven guilty. However, as soon as someone invokes their Fifth Amendment right, instead of saying, I didn't do this, doesn't that cast the aspersion of guilt on them? Fairly or unfairly? I'm asking, this is like, oh my god, it's our 3rd Eternal Heart. It's an honest question, really. Like, if somebody was to plead the Fifth Amendment, would a jury not be more likely to find them guilty as a result? It just seems like you're trying to hold 2, like, oxymoronic ideas at the same time. We can't force anyone on the stand to admit to guilt, but at the same time you can't lie, so you just have to say, I'm not going to answer that because you might find me guilty. Yo, I should not have opened that, but I'm expecting to find, yeah, there we go, more keys. We can't go to the double key room yet, which we know is a dice room. More keys? More keys? No more keys. Ugh, God's flesh, just okay. You know what? I'm gonna shoot for the moon then. Let's try to open this. Hey, it's a damage upgrade. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we're alive. We're alive. And like, we're not just alive, we're living. Even better. Oh, the boss fight was right here the whole time. So not being able to go to the dice room doesn't mean that much to me right now. I'm much happier to just be not dead. And even the speed downgrade sucks real bad. Alright, save, shoot the whoop for mom. We're doing enough damage now that there's like no real complaint to offer. Like this is now a run that is pretty much just about average damage, plus flies, plus Holy Mantle, really, if you want to get technical. Okay, I mean, these are all great. Incubus is great, Ceremonial Robes is great, Black Powder with lower speed is not amazing, but... Ooh! Now, I will say, you always gotta add this caveat, I think. Caveat, stream more. You're not guaranteed a win on the Lost Run in just about any circumstance. But, Guppy, great damage, or at least, you know, decent damage now, especially with Incubus, for example. This is getting as close to a guarantee as you're likely to see in this business. You know what? Hermit me. I want to go to the other side of the map. I don't want to fight Hush. That would just be ridiculous. I keep opening a chest. The whole idea is that maybe we could get more than one key out of a golden chest. Which, I mean, there's no maybe. Obviously we can. But we just don't. On the regular. Speed down. I'll tell you what, you can miss me with that. Please. We have a 67%. Oh, because we didn't get a deal on the last floor, and the last floor was an XL floor. Very fair. I can't tell you, dude, I don't want to die and, like, or lose the streak. So I'm not talking about meat space here. Although in meat space, I still don't want to die. I'm not one of those ironic Twitter folk who's like, ha ha ha. Oblivion, right? Nah, I'm not like that. It's more like, you know, I'm looking forward to the next sandwich I'm gonna eat on a regular basis. No deal! Howie Mandel. But I definitely, when we lose this streak, I want it to be because we start on a 1 HP run and we take damage on our first room. You know, I want it to be sudden. Getting hit by a train or something like that. I don't want it to be... Well, actually, getting hit by a train is kind of a bad example. I'm not making light of, you know, people who have died by being hit by a train, but it's one of those things. We had a student, or like an alumni... Wow, these are terrible. At my high school growing up, and he got hit by a train. And everyone was like, this is sad. It is so sad. He was so young. But at the same time, without being insensitive, too much, there was like a little inclination of, how do you accidentally get hit by a train? Like if it's a mental health you know, issue and he opted out, then I understand, but we're kind of like, if this is an accident, you know, I'm not going to say trains are slow moving, but you can hear them coming. How did it happen? Anyway, the point is, I don't want to die. I was getting a little dour at the end here. I don't want to die or lose the streak here from a stupid mistake. I want the run to be ripped from me without me having any control over it, and it's over in an instant, and then we take a deep breath, and we just get back to playing Isaac. You know what I mean? So we're definitely not fighting Hush, because that's idiotic on a 9 lives Lost run. Curse of the Lost is not useful, but life goes on. Just more keys, please. I'll try. Okay, that's the last time I'm trying that. We're getting way too many useless consumables. Not nearly enough useful ones. So this run, it popped. It's gonna happen. Now we're, I mean, we're still trying to not die, but realistically, we're pretty much okay. So, you know, try to win it on 1 life. And prove that 9 lives was not necessary. And that, you know, you're a Isaac baller. OG. Triple OG status. A-Town's very own. as Big Boy said. Stop. Get out of here. I love that. There we go. 4 keys. Rather have 4 keys than 4 Lokis. You know what Granddad always said. Now we can... Well, we should probably still keep some extra keys, shouldn't we? Well, that went out the window immediately when I saw 2 chests in front of me. Oh my god, it's 2 speed upgrades. And Jason Bourne. And all the rest here on Gilligan's Island. Why do I do this to myself? Keep trying to open these, hoping that they come into some vein of usefulness. He's done it on the 18th attempt. Whew. Yeah, I mean, was a little shot of adrenaline here this morning for me to accidentally start on a lost run. I did, to some extent, I saw my life flash before my eyes, and I feel like it's kind of adds a little flavor to the run for sure. It's like when you're biting into a, you know, your pasta dish and you get a bit of spice and you're like, oh, that's where all those red pepper flakes ended up, you know? Overall, we've had some pretty easy times on the streak so far. The streak 2.0. This was not one of them. This was self-inflicted punishment, but worked out. Maybe we should just pivot to lost streaks now. No thank you, sir. Doctor will be asking, hey, why'd your blood pressure triple? The human brain is an inefficient machine that can't distinguish between video games and real fight or flight situations, Doctor. It's like you don't know anything. Maybe I should stop getting my physicals from Dr. Zaius. Okay, we're very lucky to not have lost a life there. Dead. Let's go. Alrighty. Dude, I am still sort of like on the come down from the adrenaline of... I didn't let on like it was a big deal, but in my brain I was like, you're so stupid. And now I'm not. I'm like, you're so smart, but I wish you hadn't done that. Still, like... It's like when you're responsible for someone and they do something dumb, but it turns out, you know? You gotta be like, yeah, it worked out, but don't be an idiot next time, please. Like when one of your boys is flanking in Fortnite and he gets a quad kill, you know? But you know 90% of the time it ain't gonna be a quad kill, it's gonna be a quad squad wipe on your own team. You gotta say like, hey, great job, you're the MVP of this round, but if you do that next time... I mean, we really run it as like a very flat, hierarchical system. I don't have the power to fire anybody, but I disagree with it as a direction for the team to take. You get the idea. So what did we get on this floor? Well, to be honest with you, pretty little. Like, Parasitoid Tears is useful. Apart from that, you know, Spilled Milk, I don't even think it applies. But it looks like we're closing in on making this one life dream a reality. Please. Gimpy, I mean, neither of those are good. Actually, does this give me a shot speed upgrade? If it did, I might as well take it. Not exactly the most valuable pickup you could ever imagine. Neither is Fate's Reward, but hey, the occasional shot, it does play with Guppy. Please let me go. Bismuth, no. No Bohemian Rhapsody. Points to sign behind him. I was thinking about it the other day. We have like 1 minute to do this anecdote. If I was on Hot Ones, you know what question I want to be asked? What question I have very strong opinions about? Worst karaoke song. I've been to more karaoke than you would ever expect from someone who can't sing. And I've seen, there's some amazing karaoke songs. What's an amazing karaoke song? Something where most people know the words or can follow along on the screen, and then there's two vocal parts, you know? Either a duet, or somebody can sing the harmony, and somebody can sing the melody. What's the worst karaoke song? Songs where people don't remember that they have an insanely long intro or an insanely long outro. For example, Michael A. L. Fox, I'm talking to you. No More One by Metallica. It starts with just like 3 minutes of bass solo. Another one that comes up all the time, people always forget until 5 minutes into the song that it ends in the most annoying way possible. Don't play Hey Jude at karaoke. There is a high point. It's when, you know, verse 4 comes in and everyone goes, Hey Jude! And you're like, that's amazing. But then at the end of it, when you're on your 40th pass going, na 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 na, you're like, please, just stop. Anyway, we won. That's win 25. How's that for a friggin' milestone? If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps it a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.